US envoy Richard Holbrooke talked late into the night with Yugoslav President Slobodan Milosevic. Holbrooke had earlier met with the Russian envoy for the Balkans, and today they will travel back to Pristina for more talks with Kosovo's ethnic Albanian leader Ibrahim Rugova. The main problem facing the envoys is just who represents the Kosovars and who controls the KLA fighters. Only when that is clear, said Richard Holbrooke, can they begin to help.
The United States believes that the solution of the Kosovo problem must be peaceful. We do not support or encourage in any way action by security or military forces or violent means to solve these problems.
The fact that the US has held talks with the KLA has infuriated Belgrade, but Richard Gelbar, the man who instigated them, defended them, but warned military intervention was still an option.
The planning process in NATO is not a fiction. It is being pursued very aggressively. Contingency planning is real, and it's quite advanced.
The Serbs have had a rare victory in winning back the strategic village of Kievo, but it remains debatable whether they can reverse the tide of growing KLA control in the province.
The international team of observers sent into the Yugoslav province of Kosovo has set up its headquarters and begun patrols. The first, largely symbolic monitoring mission set off this morning from Pristina, the capital, bound for Mitrovica and Srebica. The presence of international observers on the ground to witness the level of fighting has been one of the key demands of the Albanian community in Kosovo and its pacifist leader, Ibrahim Rugova, seeking to draw international attention to the Albanians' plight. But Rugova's position is looking more uncertain. Despite getting US backing and a meeting with peace envoy Richard Holbrooke, among his own people he may be losing ground. Militants are now swinging behind the Kosovo Liberation Army's more hardline stance, which says to talk with Belgrade is a waste of time. The diplomatic patrols now give the West large quantities of first-hand information for the first time. The evidence of heavy fighting is everywhere, and as these images from Albanian television show, the Yugoslav army is taking hits. Here a tank bruised up on a mine. The US mission chief in Belgrade says about 100 observers will be in the field every day, and they'd been promised free circulation at their own risk by the Yugoslav forces. The fragmentation in the leadership will be a worry for the West. The KLA has many leaders and does not recognize Rugova as having any authority over it. One of the mission's first jobs will be to make contact with the key KLA officers.
To Kosovo. Their presence was brought about by a weekend of shuttle diplomacy by the American envoy to the region, Richard Holbrooke. The group hopes soon to begin monitoring the fighting in the Yugoslav province on a daily basis, unhindered by the Yugoslav army, as was the case today. Supporting the Kosovo Liberation Army, the observer's first task is to try and make contact with its leaders. The KLA is refusing to recognize the authority of Ibrahim Rugova. It's not confrontation. One of their senior commanders became a battle statistic. Skirmishing and attacks continue on the ground. In Pilana, families mourn 3 of their community who disappeared on Sunday. The 3 were kidnapped and found brutally murdered in a field near the village on Monday. The families are blaming neighboring Serb villagers for being responsible. It's not just these ethnic Albanians who are suffering. 3 Serb policemen were killed and 9 others injured in an attack on the Serb village of Luja. And over the weekend, Richard Holbrooke called for special status for Kosovo. But it's not certain that if this is granted, the violence